This video is going to be about nothing in particular. Well, I have lots of ideas of videos and things I want to do, but whenever I start thinking about things, I don't know how to start doing things. It's difficult. I figured I should just start by just videoing myself, getting used to having a camera on me and see where that leads. Every time I start thinking about something, it's just a string of thoughts that just, once I start pulling onto it, it just flows into everything else. This is why I try to keep things as simple as I can. Because the moment I start getting into something, it gets so complicated. Everything just latches on to this one thing, and just I have to go through everything. I don't have to. I just like to go into these rabbit holes, trails of thoughts, even things that I do. It might be ADHD that makes me like this, but I don't know. I think everyone has these. Well, to different degrees. Anyways, this is me just starting off, trying to start something. And it's not going to be very interesting, I feel like. And the reason why I'm doing it like this, well, there's multiple reasons, but for one, I just need to start doing something. Eventually, I would like to be able to live off of YouTube. But like, I have nothing at the moment. Like, really, just like I'm starting from nothing. I think about like people who've made it already. My wife is always comparing herself with these big YouTubers, like people who've gone through this beginning stage and actually made something for themselves. I keep telling her that's after years of work that they got to that point. Some people are lucky and they just make it big, but they don't last. They have their minute of fame and they're here today and gone tomorrow. Those are the people that a lot of people like to dream about, I guess. This person did, this person has nothing of interest. I am better than them. How come they are so lucky? I think they're just lucky, but that's also not so lucky, I think, because like when you actually work for something and achieve something through your own doing without actual luck, it actually has more meaning. There's substance to it, and that's why they last longer, because they've actually put effort and work into it, which makes them hold on longer and have more fulfillment through whatever it is that they're doing. People who get lucky, they get carried away with the flow of things. And when shit actually hits the fan, when things start to get rough, they don't tough it out because they just lack the substance. They didn't put any work into it. There's nothing keeping them there to hang on and try harder. Maybe the thought of losing everything is what makes them try to do something about whatever it is that they had going that's coming to an end. They try to do what they can to keep that, but they don't have the experience. So I think that's why a lot of times they don't last. Like, you have to be a very quick learner. You have to think on your feet. You got to be really adaptable, be able to overcome these difficulties that come with being famous, having lots of money, more problems, more people, more problems. All these things come along with the fortune and fame. And if you're not able to keep up with that, you're just going to get swallowed up. chewed up and spit out back into the world. And you're gonna be worse off than when you started. You'd have like a good time, but you're gonna have to figure shit out eventually. And I don't know which is better, trying to figure shit out from the beginning or after you've had a taste of fortune and fame and trying to figure shit out then. I really don't know which is better. I think this is why we have all these kinds of different people experiencing life like that in these different ways, because it's not always something is better per se. It really depends on who you are, where you're at in life. That defines your individual better or worse. It's all an individual experience. You know, this is why I don't pick sides with all these political debates and all these things. I do have my own personal opinions about things, but to really define what is good, what is right or wrong, I can only speak for myself. There we go again. I just pick one thing and then everything else gets pulled into it. This video was just me trying to start something. I just needed to start something. The more I get into thinking about making videos, I really just start studying and like looking at other people's videos and trying to learn as much as I can. I get hooked on the learning side of things. I don't actually do anything. I just start accumulating a bunch of knowledge without any action, and that is, well, it's good to a certain extent. But when you have too much, it gets harder to decide how you want to do things, because you have so many different options and there's so many different components that you have to keep track of to actually make something worthwhile. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to just make videos for the sake of making videos. I don't want to go along with what I think other people think, whatever is the in thing these days. Like I've never been one to go along with other things, other people's agendas and things. In fact, like the more I hear about, the less those things seem attractive to me. I've always just wanted to live my life. I've been saying this ironically to like my older sister. Whenever she asked, "What are you doing? What do you want to do? What do you want?" These simple questions, I always brush them off, because if I actually thought about these things, there is no simple answer to it for me. I try to think of one thing to say, and that leads into everything else. I would just reply, "I just want to live my life." Started off saying it ironically. That saying just kept on eating away at me, or just pulling at me. It made me think, what is my life? What is it that I'm trying to do? And I didn't really want to think about it when I was younger, because I was just enjoying the moment. There was no need for me to think about these things, because I was having fun doing stupid shit. And I don't think young people should be thinking about these things. Well, everyone's different. It really depends who you are. But if you start thinking about the deeper meanings to life, it just never ends. You can ask any one of these philosophical deep questions, like who am I? What is life? You can answer it in any way, and there's no right or wrong. It's just what kind of perspective you want to take. how you want to see things. How do you see things? This thought just never ends. So as a young person, I don't think it's necessary to be thinking about these things. You can't come up with some satisfying answer for yourself because you lack the experience to compare your answer to the experiences you've had so far. You just don't have enough substance to go off on to come up with something that somehow makes sense and you're satisfied with. So that's why it's good to do things when you're young. Make mistakes. Don't make mistakes. Either way you learn. Like the hard times in your life, the most difficult things, the challenges that you overcome will be the greatest benefit to you as an individual. The good times are easy, and it's not like you don't learn anything. You do learn. You just learn at a slower pace because you're just not as focused. You're just enjoying the moment. You're going with the flow of things because times are good. I keep going off. This video didn't have the exact direction I want to take. So I have a kind of vague idea of stuff I want to make. But I can't get into detail about how to make that possible. And I think I just answered why that is. Because I lack the experience. I need to just start taking videos. I just need to start doing things. And from there, I will probably start getting an idea of how to make these thoughts in my head come to life. How to better plan my videos and actually make something that I feel is worthwhile. Whether it be popular or not, I want to make things that are worth something to me, have meaning. I want more meaning in my life. I have found plenty of meaning, and I've lived a life of just, well, I've had a sort of difficult life, but I've been having fun throughout it. I've learned to have fun throughout anything. I can look back now and honestly say I don't have any regrets. I could die today, tomorrow, anytime, and I think I'll be okay. But I'm not going to go kill myself. I'm not going to go looking for the end. The end will come eventually when the time is right. And I think I still have more to live for. There we go again. Like one thought pulls me in. I keep going down these rabbit holes. Well, I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I'll probably have to cut a bunch of stuff out or edit somehow. And I'm not sure if I would or how I'm going to present this. Maybe I'll just keep it for documentation's sake. One reason why I was thinking I should just video myself now is because if and when I actually do figure out how I want to make do YouTube videos or videoing, and I'm somehow able to make it from there, make a living, not worry about where my next meal will come from, whatever worries people have now. It's such difficult times. Like, I don't think I'm the only one. I know there's people out there who are worse off than me, but this has been for me some of the hardest times in my life, recent years. And I can't really get into all of that now because there's so much things to go over, and it's not just my life. I'm married. My wife will be involved. So I'm just going to say that I really don't have money now. This is why I'm trying to look into other avenues of trying to make some income. And I had interest in photography for a while. I got into the point where I feel like I'm quite confident and I take good photos. And I've been enjoying that by myself for a while as a hobby. But now I feel like there's some way I could make it into something more than just a hobby. I would do that, but yeah, it's difficult. Things are difficult. Like with that photography thing, now I'm trying videoing. I've been trying to learn Forex, trading, markets. I got into so many different things, trying to make ends meet. Nothing really stuck, but instead of just giving up on life and saying fuck this and just not caring anymore, I think the moment I start being like that, it's not just me. I think my wife goes through hard times as well too. That's been the most difficult. So I'm fine if I'm just alive, you know. I'm okay being a bum on the street, not having any money or wondering where my next meal will come from. Like if I was on my own, like I've been through some different situations like that, and it's not that I'm okay with it. I'd rather have a good life, but if that's how it came to be, I'll just be like, okay, this is my situation. Let's try to figure out how to make it the best of it from here. And I never try to achieve more than that, just trying to make the best of whatever situation that I was in. But yeah, I realized when you have someone else depending on you, that's not good enough. Gotta try harder. You gotta get out of your situation. Gotta get out of your comfort zone. Like a lot of times I would wait until life forced me to get out of my comfort zone. Like the situation changed and I was forced to change along with those changes. Now I can't wait for those changes to happen. I have to be proactive and start making the changes that I want so that I can live a better life. This is also another difficult thought I have. What is a better life? Having more money, being successful. It's another whole rabbit hole that I go down into. Probably another reason why I've never really gotten making something of my life, because I think too much. I have too much information just flowing through my head out the actual experience, what to do with that information. So yeah, this is me trying to do something. Right, one reason why this video is happening is so that people can see that I'm not some lucky person. I'm a normal guy. Well, I'm not normal, but like I have problems, I have issues, I have like, so many problems to deal with like anyone else. And this is my low time. Things have been hard. These big YouTubers, superstars, or anyone out there who's big and famous, you hardly ever see or hear about their hard times. Well, they don't start off by showing you how fucked up their life is and like how shitty things are. Some people do that, but it's difficult to start from there and actually get it to being better, because you start off bad. Yeah. beginning is bad, it's hard to make it good from there. Maybe. I don't know. But I think generally people who do YouTube or something, they take multiple videos and try to pick the best one. Make something that is the most interesting. And of course, you put your best foot forward. And you don't really see the difficult side of things. What they have to go through to actually achieve that process behind all that fame and gold and glamour, money, whatever. There's so much work that goes behind some of these people's videos and all that. And I've been studying videoing and different stuff on my own, and I just realized it takes so much work to make something good. Like even just this video, later I have to edit, figure out how I want to present this and all that. I want to make something interesting enough. Even though this is not such an interesting video, it's difficult. Life. It's difficult.